How do we teach a child algebra through chess? Well, once the child has learned how to play chess, we now have a language that we can use to speak to the child. The language is now chess. If we taught the child everything there was to know about bananas, then we can use bananas to teach algebra. But in this situation, we're using chess. So we can use various positions on the board to make the concept of algebra a tangible thing. If you give a child a banana, that one banana represents one. So that's a very easy concept to grasp. Now in chess, we use checkmate positions. In the center of the board, the king has 9 possibilities for movement. In the edge of the board, the king has 6 possibilities for movement. Now, I shouldn't necessarily say movement as much as I say position, because this is not a movement, but this is a position. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 positions that he can move to, and 1 position he presently already has. And of course, in the corner of the board we have 1, 2, 3, 4 positions that the king can have. So with that being said, we are going to take a look at, let's say, center board. Now, no matter where the king is in the board, it's still center board if he has 9 possibilities. If he's on the edge, it's 6. It's still 6. Here there's 4, 4, 4, 4, 6, 6, 6, 9, 9, 9, 6, 6, 4. Alright, now with that being said, we're going to look at 9 because it's the most difficult to checkmate in the center of the board, and this is an area that's intimidating for most chess players. Well, I won't say intimidating for most chess players, but I will say that this is the more intimidating proposal as opposed to the corner or the edge of the board, and Tim, you can edit that out if you like. Moving right along, 9 possibilities for movement. Now, if I am the king and you are my opponent, 9, and of course, what do we use to represent not knowing where your opponent is going to move, or just not knowing something, or the unknown? We would use x. Now, we teach the children that no matter what, 9x is equal to an idea. And we teach the children that this represents the inside of their head. If I were to draw ears and eyes in the middle, you get the point. But in this situation, the idea is right here, and it will be expressed here on the board. Now, let's invite some variables to the equation, such as now, these 2 pieces do one thing and one thing only. They inhibit the king. They keep the king from moving to d4 and f6. So what are they actually doing? They are taking away from the number of squares that the king can move to. So, of course, we would represent that with a -2. Makes all the sense in the world, doesn't it? Because we have just taken away from 2 squares. Now the concept of negative numbers becomes a tangible to a child. Oh, I see how that works. Even though I added pieces to the board, I am taking away. Now, I might, if we were having a checkmate race and I were putting an algebra equation on the board, we call it a puzzle. We like to stay away from words like algebra. I might say, add in 2. Now, as a matter of fact, plus 3 knights. Now, how do we do that? In 2. Knights. How many of them? 2. So, now they know about that little number up there we call an exponent. So, what we're going to do in this situation is we're going to add 2 knights. Now, the key to the checkmate contest, which is what we call this, is using any given piece to attack as many squares as possible and be used in the best possible way. So what we're going to do is we're going to put this knight right here and he's going to attack these 2 squares. Now don't forget, we got 2 of them, so we're going to put another one right here and attack 2 more squares. That only leaves 1, 2, 3. which is the 3 knights that we're representing here. 3 knights. Why a 9? Because 9 total pieces of the puzzle. Why a 3? Because we're attacking the 3 final squares that are not being attacked. And that can be as simple as that. So, this 9x, 9 unknown movements, are equal to what we see here. -2, which is these 2 pawns, into 2 knights, plus 3 knights. The bishop attacking the final 1, 2, 3 squares in the total 9 squares of movement. There you have it. Nx is -2 plus n squared plus 3 knights.